5 lights. And away we go, Edge on pole position. Off they go, and I see you've got a decent start there. Edge got a very good one. He's clear into turn 1. Into 3rd place by the looks of it goes Silver.
Oh, and there's a car off! It's not Thomas into the wall. He lost a bit of his front wing.
There's all sorts of fun and games going on into the fast chicane there. Rev. Oh, and OceanChief get together! And off goes Ocean into the wall. So Edge,
He's getting into the nose.
about a half a second ahead of Sergio. Sergio's running a little bit wide, hitting the wall on the inside. That was a big impact. I'm not sure whether it got any of the front wing. It looked like he might have been alright. Very close now. Poppy having to go to the outside of Bats as they run through turn 8 absolutely side by side. And I think he might just have this sort of side by side on the exit. They're going to be side by side, I think, all the way up towards the far chicane. Who's going to blink here? Bats on the outside, Poppy on the inside. Bats. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else who've made it along to round 5 of the SLR Tier 1 Championship. I'm Terra Incognita. Alongside me is Thimo, and Thimo is going to tell us what he thinks about a wet qualifying session here at Barcelona.
I think wet qualifying sessions at Barcelona are always a fun experience because they disadvantage assist runners. No, just kidding. I think it will spice up things a lot. But people are on dry tires. Unlike in the Tier 2 race, which I think you were pointing at there.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's one of those things where you have what is going on here? So it's raining at the moment. It's definitely raining at the moment.
Yes.
So
there's some drops.
So is this qualifying session going to be decided by the first person who gets out onto the track?
Yeah.
I think how it works? Okay, so who is the first person to have gotten out onto the track? That is the question. We'll see if it...
Dry race, by the way.
Dry race, okay. So no... so these are also... Are these the tyres then that we're going to see these guys on at the beginning of the...
Oh, that's that pixel off.
Oh, dead pixel.
So Slash LP goes on to a lap now. Push is already
I think Push is... Yeah, Push is the first, I think.
Guy.
Yeah.
Then we've got... Slash. Speedy is now heading out. Bailey Thompson is already there. Burgess. By the way, the reserves are 2 very competent drivers from what I've seen, or at least very quick drivers. And that is Bailey Thompson and Jensen.
Yep.
Bailey Thompson, of course, has done some running in the championship on the F1 2018 game. We haven't seen him since, but we know he was crazy quick, and I expect him to bring a challenge to other favorites like Speedy and Jensen.
Yep,
So
I
he might be in the mix.
think we're going to see a really good battle up front today. We've got a lot of fast drivers as Push nearly loses it there in the exit of the hairpin. We've got Speedy, of course, who's normally here. He has a full-time seat. We have Pretorius, who did really well last week in Baku. We have Icewind, who has shown he's got very good pace. And as you mentioned, we've got 2 teammates today, Bailey Thompson and Jensen, both in Mercedes. So this will be an interesting one as Push crosses the line. 28.7 from him. I wonder...
It's very slow for dry tires, but...
Yeah, I think it's Slash LP and Bailey Thompson on mediums.
Oh, wow.
Speedy's going to cross the line, going to blow these times out of the water. 26.1 from Speedy, so he is on provisional pole at the moment. And the question is that going to be good? Like, is it getting wetter? Is that what's happening? It's definitely raining. So I don't know.
My guess would be that this is that this will be like the last lap with DRS. Jens now puts it into P2, so Speedy, Jensen, Bailey Thompson up front.
Yep, Speedy on Jensen rather on mediums as well. Both Mercedes, in fact, on medium tyres.
So closer than it looks.
Yep, I think so. And Slash putting in a very good lap there, putting it in P4, as who's that's running? Why is that Dead Pixel on the outside of turn 3? It is, as Danico, I guess, moves out of the way. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to see here. Oh, that's why there are yellows. OceanChief has gone off the racetrack. That's turn 3, isn't it? On the outside there, so Ocean going to have to recover to the track without getting in the way of this man here, Icewind. So 12.5 minutes to go. I wonder if the track is actually getting faster or if it's not.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I think we will. It seems like it shouldn't be because it's raining. Let's have a look at Icewind's sector time here. We're just going to cross the beam just here. Oh, we don't get any comparison, of course. So, don't know how fast Icewind is going here through the final complex.
But he'll give us a good idea. But he's struggling, visibly.
Yeah, he is struggling. I think struggling more than the others were. It looked like it, at least.
Yeah.
Come around the last corner now. It is going to be an okay lap. Yeah, all sorts of...
I think he'll be in like 7, 8, 9, something like that. Yeah, 6.
Puts it 6. Decent lap from Icewind. But you can see the grip seems to be going away. I don't know whether the people who haven't set laps yet are going to be able to compete with those that have already set laps. Bailey Thompson has put the hard tyres on. So I wonder if he's just going to go out for a few... Yeah, I wonder if he's going to just go out for a few reconnaissance laps or something like that. Because it might be that the grid is set, or it might be that it's going to stop raining and we're going to be interested once again in who might be able to go faster than Speedy.
Drivers know better than we do. OceanChief, only 33 seconds of provisional pole.
Yep, that was the lap where he spun on the exit of turn 3. He's on another one now. I don't know if he's on a... Yeah, he is on a fast one, in fact. So he's going to see if he can do a little bit better on those soft tyres.
He will improve his lap time. I
would have thought so.
That.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
20, but only by 20 seconds. So he must have had an issue in that lap because it was 33 off.
So around the... Yeah, I think he's alright. I think he's on pace by the looks of his time. He skates through the last couple of corners. That would have cost him a lot of time. Missed the apex of the left-hander quite badly. And he's going to cross the line here. It's not going to be dead last. He's going to cross the line. He's going to go second to last on a 30.0. 4 seconds, though, off Speedy's lap time.
By the way, have you caught up on the Tier 2 race? Was that was that intro?
I saw that it was a wet qualifying, so I thought that was a good way to introduce.
Okay.
I haven't watched it all yet, though. No. Oh, Bertus! Oh no! Around he goes into the wall on the inside in turn 3. So Bertus not going to be able to complete this lap, unfortunately for him.
In the only Williams car. McLaren going through there, that's Popo.
Yep, that's the only McLaren. 13 drivers here today.
Yeah, we're missing TipsyBob. I was about to say we're missing TipsyBob.
Yeah, Tipsy said he was going to...
he
posted in chat, I wonder if I could slip in, after asking if it was a dry race. So I think he's going to be racing. He's going to be racing, of course, with default setup, because that's how it works if you join midway through qualifying. But certainly he is going to be on the grid by the looks of it, which is always good to see.
A different car as well. I think so, at least.
Yep, I would have thought so. So he gets pretty much what he's given as far as cars are concerned.
Yeah, it's going to be a Ferrari, I think.
Okay.
So Tipsy in different colours.
So we've got Pretorius following Bailey Thompson around. Pretorius is on soft tyres, Bailey Thompson on hard tyres. And yeah, I would imagine Bailey is just doing a recce lap. He's 6/10 off his previous lap time. Oh no, around he goes in the final sector. So that's the end of that lap for Bailey.
Yeah, even before he was 6/10 off his current PB of the session in after sector 2, so the expected gap pretty much there.
So Speedy has just posted a first sector that is as fast as his first lap, so I wonder if conditions are staying around about the same at the moment.
Yeah, I would think so.
Difficult to tell. He goes through turn 8 in the Toro Rosso. If you thought turn 8 was treacherous in the dry, it is very treacherous in the wet. Through the right-hander he goes. Oh, my goodness.
Wide.
Yeah.
How can you possibly break your front wing in Barcelona? That is why. That is usually the last thing you do before you die in Barcelona.
Well, Speedy's half a second down. I wonder how much of that was driving mistakes.
Bailey Thompson back to the pits now. He's put mediums on.
Yeah, well, he's already done
a set of mediums, and I don't think he will want to wear them more.
No.
It's all a bit interesting. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Speedy pits from what is provisional pole position, and well, nobody has improved their lap for a little while, which leads me to suspect that this might be our grid for this race as it gets progressively wetter and wetter. It's still raining. Pretorius is going to cross the line, and Pretorius does improve. He goes second, so very good lap from Pretorius. So maybe the conditions aren't worsening, or at least aren't worsening enough.
Or not worsening anymore, and Shu very close to Speedy there, so I
wow, okay.
I would think, yeah, just judging by the onboard, it looks like we're going over to a gloomy overcast sort of
yeah, maybe. It's still raining though, right? It's definitely still rain.
Yeah, just a bit. And Danny Coe pulls off or wants to pull off the Gasly, does he? Yeah, he goes out in the intermediates. And I can assure you that is the wrong call, but he's in a Ferrari, so that's just what he has to do.
So Danny...
It looks semi-grippy. But
yeah, I mean...
it's going to be the wrong tyre, I'm pretty sure. He's just driving very carefully.
Yeah, he's not trying very hard at the moment, which makes it difficult to see in comparison to the others. Doesn't look like he's got a lot of grip out there, though.
Yeah, I think he made the wrong call there. But, you know, everything to get yourself out of P11. You can try, maybe you're the one who gets it all right, and that was already very sideways.
5 minutes to go.
Them for trying.
No, absolutely. You might as well. Although, I mean, it must be somewhat close between the tyres because he isn't going noticeably slower than the guys on softs and mediums. We have more yellows in sector 2.
Yeah. I guess he will even improve his lap because his lap has, no offense, not been very competitive, especially measured by how quick he himself normally is. Normally Danico is a quick boy, and he can go faster than 3 seconds off pole, so I'm sure he will be able to improve on pace. I'm going to stay on board here.
Yeah, we'll watch him around for a bit. /LP improves on 27.5 for /LP, so he is up to P7 ahead now of Bailey Thompson, who's on those mediums. And I wonder if Bailey Thompson is going to be tempted. Oh, Danny. Oh, Danny. Oh, Danny.
That's what I expected, and he abandons that lap. It looked fine through the first 2 turns, and in turn 3 it all fell apart.
Yeah, absolutely. So, oh yeah, Tipsy, I will provide you with that introductory video for Tier 2, no problem at all. It is Wimpy's, well, one of, I say Wimpy's masterpiece. There are several masterpieces that Wimpy has put together. down the years for SLR and 2SRL.
I love this one the most because it contains a lot of crashes
Yeah,
from
yeah.
SOR, I think.
Well, no, that's
It's
the
just
no. He's talking about the
stream
SLR intro, the 1 minute thing that we play before every broadcast after the starting soon thing.
I thought I wanted the starting soon thing.
Oh, maybe he does. I don't know. But yeah, I can set that as well.
Because he asked me as well, but...
oh, I see. Okay.
So I think it's...
OceanChief, good lap from OceanChief, 27.7.
Oh, right, yeah.
A second. I'm probably getting faster, right? It's probably getting
Puts
faster.
himself into contention, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I would imagine.
So we are going to have a shootout here.
Icewind won't take part in the shootout, though.
What
Sector
happened?
3 yellows. Don't know if he abandoned, and that is Popo going off, taking his car for a slide, and I guess he'll stay in last place. Speedy in first will not get the chance
retired.
to do a fast lap. Pretorius on an outlap, so he'll take part in the shootout. Push on an outlap. Ocean on an in-lap, or rather a lap that is marginally slower than his actual lap, and now gets into the gravel.
So we're going to keep an eye on exactly who, as Ocean does manage to recover in the other Renault. And yeah, he's on an in-lap. He's not going to be going out again, I don't think. Who just improved? Somebody just improved. Didn't see who it was. In any case, here is Pretorius, who's going to be trying to do his very best to put that thing on the front row. Oh, not like that. It goes very, very wide. Only loses a little bit of time, but it will have cost him some. As he gets very sideways again. Shu getting out of the way. Nicely done from him.
Danico retires the car.
Yeah,
Sector 3.
So it's Shu just behind. Who's just behind Shu? It's a Mercedes. So that's Jensen, I think, on an outlap. It is.
Burtis is now going past Bailey Thompson. He is half a second off the, up on his own lap, so not quite there. Except maybe if he made a huge mistake last time out.
Yeah,
oh, he missed the apex in turn 3, didn't he? Oh, not turn 3, sector 3.
Yeah.
So that might be
Pretorius not improving at the moment, and in fact, is he abandoned or is he? It looks like he's still trying. He was just wiggling his tyres there. Not exactly sure why.
By a good bit, but stays in 10th.
So Pretorius getting it sideways and spinning on the exit of the last corner. So that's the end, I think, of his qualifying session.
Push retires. Cars passing by. He must be careful. Okay, yeah, he doesn't get DQ'd at least, but now I hope his car doesn't get into anyone's way. Looks like he picked the sweet spot there. A bit of a shame that there's no relatives in this game, so you can't even check. You just have to hope.
Yeah.
So Jensen is on a quick one. Shu is on a quick one. Slash will also be in the shootout. Bailey Thompson in the middle sector right now.
Jensen 3/10 up in the first sector, which is not very surprising because he's on the soft tyres. Of course, he did his lap on the medium tyres, so he would expect to improve.
Burtis improved on his lap, but won't do another one. So Bailey Thompson will be the first one to cross the line. Slash up, he getting very sideways there. Turns 8 and 9, and now he goes.
Jensen's more than a second up. Jensen's more than a second up. He's up on Speedy at the moment.
Wow. Shu's just a bit quicker than.
Well, Shu doesn't need to improve by very much to get ahead of Speedy.
Yeah, he will get ahead of Speedy, I'd imagine. Speedy kind of missed out his shot, but now Bailey Thompson goes through, and he is third.
Good lap from Bailey Thompson.
Pole.
Jensen's about to put it on provisional pole here, though. Absolutely no doubt about that. He's going to cross the line, and he's going to do, and he knows it as well, at 25.3 from Jensen.
Asserting dominance, and now Shu will put it on the second row, I'd imagine. Out of the last turn, and it is P. Never mind.
Nope.
He doesn't improve. He threw it away, I guess.
Made a mistake. Yeah, 26.588 was that lap, so he made a mistake in the third sector somewhere.
Okay, so that our front row is Jensen Speedy, the two had a very entertaining fight, I must say, in China.
Yep.
And also in practice sessions, and seem to be respectful and giving each other room and also giving each other a good fight. I would be lying if I said that I am not excited about this front row. And Shu and Bailey Thompson, who knows what they will be able to do, especially Bailey Thompson on this set of medium tires while everyone around him is running on softs.
Yeah,
So
it's a very good lap from Bailey Thompson, 26.7.
he's running the favorable strategy for sure.
Yeah. It is possible, though, to go soft to hard, right? I think it is.
I think it is, but
Definitely marginal, though.
we didn't find out in Tier 2 because
Yeah.
because of the rain, and but everyone was running medium into hard there, so I guess that's favorable.
Okay. So, Jensen Speedy resuming the battle from China. I think it's going to be a good one.
Stick around, because I am very optimistic that this will be a good one.
Hopefully stream's okay, by the way. This is the first time I have streamed in DirectX 12 in spectator mode, so it seems to be alright from what I can see, but let me know if there's any stuttering or
Nobody
anything like that.
complained so far, so
Yeah, no, I think it's okay. But just to be aware. So it looks like the weather's reasonably bright, so it looks like a dry race.
yeah, OceanChief made the forecast. So Tipsy joined for a race. He'll have fun driving.
Yeah, we waited to hear whether it was dry or not.
So, he's in a Haas. How did that happen? There's already a Haas, and the first car on the grid that didn't have doubles is the Ferrari. That's why I assumed he was going to be in the Ferrari, but apparently not. Okay then. So Jensen will lead the field into the first turn, it's quite a long run. It's also quite a long straight. It's like not a kilometer, I think, but very long.
Yeah, it is.
And normally it's an overtaking opportunity, a good one. Only issue being that in Sector 3 it is hard to follow a car closely. On this game, not as much as in real life, of course. In real life and in Assetto Corsa, for example, you get hit with dirty air a lot here, but in this game it should be fine. And that means I guess we'll see some good battles.
Yeah, it's the difficult thing about overtaking is getting the run out of the last corner, I think. Because it's a bit of a pain to do that, but once you have, and if you're close enough, then yeah, you can DRS pass very easily.
I can tell you from experience of Thursday, if you get the if you get the chicane wrong, you go a bit too deep into it, then you lose like half a second, 8/10 of a second or something at the end of the straight. By the end of the straight, you're down that much because you have to. You just get a horrible run. It's so much worse. It's a corner. If you get it wrong, then you're absolutely done for. I actually can't come up with a corner that is more punishing, doesn't include hitting the wall or going off track at the moment.
You just got to be as smooth as you can.
So that's the issue.
So, 33 laps in Barcelona. There's the camera angle I wanted. We have 4 lights, we have 5 lights, and away we go. Pretty good start from Speedy by the looks of it. Is he going to be able to get alongside? No, he's not. He's some way behind Jensen, who's also got a very good start. The two of them clear of everyone else, so 3 wide behind as they fan out into the first corner. That was Bailey Thompson going a little bit deep on the inside of turn 1. He has to yield to Pretorius, and through they all go through the first 3 corners. Everyone getting through cleanly for the moment. Nicely done. Everyone very, very well behaved, which is really good to see.
OceanChief gained a position on /LP there. Nicely done from him. I'm very impressed by this field right now. I mean, no one really. There's little change in positions, and now Bertus and Popo are fighting, but there has been absolutely no crashing in Spain. Spain turn 1-2 are very prone to crashes, so I'm impressed. That Pixel lost some, Popo won some, and then there's just a bit of switcheroos going on. Pretorius into P4, of course, against Bailey Thompson.
So it'll be interesting to see whether Bailey Thompson is going to be able to make his way up the field on those medium tyres. They will be better soon. They're probably not better now, but he seems to be putting some pressure on Pretorius as they head on to the start-finish straight for the first time. Just had to lift a tiny bit there, so not going to get the run that he would want down this main straight.
Still a good one. He might be there challenging him. Has the space on the outside, takes the wider line to get a better swing, but Pretorius very much in the way.
Yep, Pretorius defending very nicely on the inside.
Goes off track a bit there, might have even picked up a warning for that, but Pretorius is lagging, so...
Oh dear.
I think he lost some time with this. She didn't get a warning, I was lying.
Bertus has a look down the inside of /LP for P9, not able to make that stick, though able to brake late into turn 5, so he's managed to keep that position for the time being. Lap 2, everyone very well behaved in this race. It's through.
Yeah.
Through they all go.
Kitson would not be entertained because there hasn't been any yeeting.
Yep, no yeeting as of yet. There's time though, there's plenty of time, as Bertus and Popo fighting it out there, a little bit of wheel banging between the two of them. And Danico as well having a little bit of a look, but not really able to get anything done there on Popo, so Bertus managing to retain that position. Jensen does the fastest lap of the race. Further up the field, Bailey Thompson once again in the Pretorius slipstream, but not really close enough to have a look into turn 1 this time. DRS now enabled.
So TipsyBob, Kitsune will really not be happy with what is going on right now, because TipsyBob seems like he's the only driver with... Oh, shoot, already with a penalty. I was lying when I said I was lying, that it just didn't display it. Apparently, because I checked for warnings, but it didn't show me any.
Oh dear.
But yeah, he actually picked some up for it, so Shu is already in trouble here. And now Bertus and /LP. Bertus passed him, and
/LP has lost 2 places somehow.
Losing out, yeah. Tipsy is certainly with some kind of issue.
Icewind has spun in turn 7.
Oh, no.
Didn't see what happened.
Still on track though. Now he'll give Tipsy company.
Yeah, afraid so. We got a gaggle ahead as well. As that's the camera angle we want. Danico up the inside of /LP, and the other Red Bull there as well. Dead Pixel trying to pick up whatever scraps he can. Popo managing to make his way through those guys, at least for the time being. Jensen with another fastest lap. 1 minute 21.6. As Bailey Thompson now has DRS on Pretorius. Pretorius having to go to the inside to defend. And Bailey Thompson once again not able to get it done. You'd think it's a matter of time though, as Bertus passes OceanChief for P7. OceanChief having a very good... Yep, he is. Danico in the Ferrari up to P9. As Icewind pits and puts the hard tyres on. I wonder if he lost any wing in that incident.
Also, I just saw the message. There is a bit of a technical issue for the McLaren crew, because apparently someone has, I don't know, overstayed at the lunch or something, the lunchroom or something, because they haven't put a setup on the car.
Oh dear, okay.
McLaren, obviously, it's McLaren's fault.
Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, down the inside, Bailey Thompson having a good look there at Pretorius. Pretorius trying to hang it around the outside. They're going to be side by side into the long right-hander. Is Bailey going to be able to get around the outside? Pretorius just able to force him out there, so nice try from Bailey, but not able to make it. But he's going to have prime position here for the main straight.
Yeah, he'll Yeah, he's in a prime position to get the move done, but his run wasn't as good as Pretorius's was. Still, now he'll get into the hypothetical slipstream, and with the DRS
Yep.
pull alongside
He's
and
got him.
ahead. Nicely done.
So Bailey Thompson.
Almost did the unexpected naughty move in Sector 3, but this works out as well. And the second runner that loses a spot to an alleged top car is OceanChief, who just got passed by Danico.
Yep, Danico moving on up. Popo losing a position to Slash LP there. That was in turn 2. I think he made a mistake. So Shu still putting pressure on Speedy at the moment. Jensen, though, stretching his legs at the front. 3 seconds is the gap between him and Speedy at the moment. Shu just behind, and we've seen Shu already get 3 seconds worth of penalties. So he is pushing very aggressively in that Force India racing point.
Oh, Icewind! And it's his second off, and he loses a wing again. And I was just about to.
Oh no!
I was just about to mention Icewind, because Icewind is on fresh medium tyres, so that must mean he had stopped. But he was in the middle of the road in turn 7, so I was about to ask what has happened to him. How can you possibly lose your front wing in turn 7 of Barcelona? I do not know, but now I know how you can lose your front wing in turn 4 of Barcelona.
Yep.
So that will be another pit stop, I suppose.
Shu on Speedy for second. Speedy not having any of that, not giving Shu any credit at all for what was a little bit of a lunge up the inside. So Speedy does retain that second place. Dead Pixel has been overtaken by 2 people. Yeah.
Popo takes 2. Both Red Bull cars are overtaken by him. Tipsy is lurking behind them.
Yeah, Tipsy having a quiet race, but certainly still in it at the moment. The only person who you'd really say is out of it is poor Icewind, who has been struggling.
And also Jensen, he's out of the racing because he's 4 seconds up the road.
Yeah, he's pulling away from Speedy, and this might be a lonely afternoon for Jensen. He won't mind too much.
I wish I had these problems.
Danico as well has cruised up to the back of Virtus in that Williams, so Danny doing what he can to try and get that P7, moving up the field now on those medium tyres. Jensen pits from the lead, so a very early pit stop from Jensen, putting the mediums on. So that's a 2 stop from Jensen. So
oh, right,
I think so. I think it is.
So he was driving the wheels off that car. He was really pushing because he has to.
Yep.
His strategy is disadvantageous, but that just made the whole race a whole lot more exciting. And he comes out right ahead of the 2 Irishmen, fighting it out for P9.
Oh, Bailey hitting the back of Shu there into turn 5 or turn 4. So, oh yeah, it is turn 5, isn't it? So Bailey is having to be patient on those medium tyres. He's cruised up to the back of those 2 in double quick time, but does need to be a little bit patient because he might be losing his front wing if he doesn't, or if he's not. Here are the front 3. Surely the soft tyres are going to have seen better days at this point from Speedy and Shu. They're going to be pitting, I would imagine, this lap, certainly within the next couple of laps, if not this lap. Speedy does pit, Shu doesn't though. So that's bad news for Bailey, who's going to have to sit behind in front of the lap.
Bailey will probably stay out until around lap 15, I'd imagine, or 14 or something.
Yep, something like that.
Probably that at Shu with... Yeah, he gets it a bit wrong into turn 1, so Shu is struggling on his tyres. They are pretty warm by now, and I'm really looking forward to Bailey Thompson, who will be in a prime position to strike in his second stint on these fresher medium tyres.
Yep, Tipsy passing Dead Pixel.
Got Dead Pixel.
Yeah, absolutely. So battle for the 2 Irish drivers, and Tipsy managing to get that position. Jensen makes his way past OceanChief, as you would expect. He's on much better tyres. So he's chasing Popo now. That's his next target. He is quite some way ahead of Speedy as well, and there's several cars between him and Speedy, which is very bad news for Speedy. Bailey all over the back of Shu, but not able to make a move. I would imagine Shu will be pitting this lap, but this has been a little bit of trouble for Bailey because he's lost a lot of time this lap, and yeah, Shu does indeed pit. And we're looking for Jensen passing Popo, which I think he will do. He is 12 seconds off the lead at the moment, is Jensen. He's got plenty of work to do.
I think he can do it, but it will be exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's a reverse situation of what we saw in China involving Jensen, but there he was the hunted by Copy, who was on quicker tires. And now I expect we will see some hunting going on, Jensen hunting the others, Speedy Shu and Bailey Thompson, his teammate.
Speedy's going to send one here, I think, on Tipsy. He's going to try to at least, and he does on the inside in turn 4. Tipsy trying to hang it around the outside, but Speedy on much better tyres and has to yield to the Toro Rosso. So Speedy making his way through, but he is losing time here while this is happening. He's going to have to stay behind Dead Pixel for at least a couple of corners here.
And look at the overspeed he's got on that Pixel.
Very
you could
nicely
almost see, like, I mean, they are in voice together, so there might have been a bit of a call, you know, I'm going to pass you here, and I imagine that Pixel said you can pass me on the straight because I already saw, from my inner eyes, I saw that Pixel getting a bad run and just Speedy running him over and shoving him off because he wouldn't yield. It didn't happen, so very happy about that. Now Shu will certainly get past Tipsy, there's no...
Yeah, I think so.
Not really going to be a surprise, yeah, he's already done the move. But Pretorius too far back. So Shu is up into P7 then. Tipsy not pitted yet. But Pretorius is hunting for Shu, they are very close, but now they put Tipsy between each other.
Yeah, Pretorius trying to make his way through as well. Shu now trying to get to work on Dead Pixel, who isn't going to give him that position, I don't think. Pretorius having a look around the outside of Tipsy there, but not able to... Oh, Tipsy's in fact going to move aside.
Steps aside on the inside, Shu off that Pixel. Oh, a bit of wheel banging, I suppose, and now they're still side by side. Pretorius getting closer and closer, and that Pixel blocking the attack. Pretorius will now have DRS, Shu on the inside of that Pixel. That costs some time, and now Pretorius has a late look, but that Pixel every right to take his line. Had that not happened, I was about to say was going very well for Pretorius getting closer there, but now that is down the drain again.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll try and overtake that Pixel, but that Pixel will even get DRS. Yellow's in sector 3, someone's... Oh yeah, Bertus! Bertus is off.
Yeah, Bertus off the track. Where is that? That's out of the long right-hander, so I guess he looped it around there. It's Pretorius having a look at Dead Pixel, but not able to get it done. Dead Pixel had DRS there, so Pretorius a little bit frustrated here in his efforts to chase after Shu. And again, not close enough to make a move into turn 4. Dead Pixel locking a brake, but looks like he's alright for the time being. Dead Pixel on much older tyres, able to hold that position for the time being. Pretorius knows that really needs to get past in the not too distant future. Up front, by the way, it's worth mentioning that Jensen's closed the gap to under 8 seconds to Bailey Thompson now. So I have a strong feeling that it's not going to be particularly close. I think Jensen is going to win this race by some distance if he keeps going the way he's going.
Yeah, impressive pace by him. Should get a full-time seat, honestly. And now he is on the back of Danico, and Danico can already feel how much of a sitting duck he is. Picks the outside now, even gets lagged behind, so that's Jensen's move done. He breaks a bit late into the corner. All fine though. Clean move done, and P2.
Should probably have been watching that, but yeah, Pretorius, I was watching Pretorius and Dead Pixel instead, so Pretorius has managed to get past, but he's lost DRS on Shu, crucially, and so he's going to have to do it the hard way. One thing to mention, by the way, Thimo mentioned about people getting full-time seats. There are full-time seats available at the moment in Tier 1 in SLR, so if you are interested, and if you, of course, don't run any assists, this is a no-assist league, then make yourself known to Mr. OceanChief and obviously join our Discord and everything else, because this is a fun league, and we've seen how clean the driving is, certainly on the first lap today. A pretty good advertisement for it, so if you are interested, then by all means do sign up. Bailey Thompson pitting from the lead. He's going to be putting the hard tyres on. /LP gets himself 3 seconds. Moving towards the back of the field. So Danny and Popo, of course, promoted now into second and third. They still have to stop. Speedy doesn't have to stop. He is, let's see, 10 seconds behind? Yeah, more than 10 seconds behind Jensen at the moment. And Bailey's come out right in the middle of this battle between Shu, as Speedy gets himself 3 seconds, I should mention that, but the battle between Shu and Pretorius, Bailey has come out right in the middle of those two. So this is going to be a race, I think, between these three for the next few laps. Bailey's tyres need to warm up, though, before he can catch Shu. But once they have, he's going to be, I think, quite a bit faster on those newer hard tyres. That's the situation there. We've got Dead Pixel in 8th and the two Haas's, Tipsy and then Push. And all just sort of slightly out of DRS range with each other at the moment, as Pretorius makes a mistake there in the very slow left-hander. Yeah, this race has been disappointingly clean for Kitsune, unfortunately. As Popo pits for what I assume are going to be hard tyres. Have we lost Thimo, or is he just not saying anything? I wonder if his Discord's playing up again. We seem to have lost him.
I was wondering.
Ah, there we go. He's back.
I was wondering. I was about to ask, am I being ignored, or can't you hear me?
Nope, we've not been able to hear you for a minute or so.
Cool.
So yeah, I don't know why Discord is doing that. It's fairly obnoxious.
I thought you just hated me.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was also possible, but it was actually just Discord, so.
Oh. 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 Okay. Okay. I get the not very subtle aggression. I was about to say something, because you said it's disappointingly clean. I must say I agree. It's just how I always say, like the races that aren't too great.
Oh, Asbertus almost loses the back end there. He did lose the back end. He went off the track in his battle with /LP. That was turn 7.
I was about to say that races that are rather uneventful for spectators are most of the times the ones that are most fun to drive, I think. Like,
yep, I think so.
At least if you like a clean, fun drive, I think in Tier 1 you definitely get that. I'm driving in Tier 2 myself, and I can tell you, even though it looks fun on the spectator cam, it is not necessarily fun. While driving all the time, especially if you end up in a wall. So that's why I rate this tier of SLR very highly. I mean, they don't have too much carnage going on, but they are all very clean.
Yeah, they certainly are. Shu getting 3 more
they all
seconds.
know how to drive their cars without assists, and they are being consistent at it. They don't crash into each other, and that is just something that is very valuable in racing in general. It's even a lot harder than when you do it with assists, and therefore I think Tier 1 is, even though it's only got 14 attendees right now, it's still very high quality driving, I think.
Yeah, no, it certainly is. I mean, we've got everyone still in the race that started it. Icewind is a little way off the back after his couple of incidents, but everyone else is still there, which is really good to see.
SLP! He's gone!
Oh no, Slash, what happened? He lost it. That's the exit of turn 9, right?
Tank step out of turn 9.
Oh dear. So
I was running on board with Bertus behind him.
As Bailey passes Shu. Bailey passing Shu for 3rd place, so he's up to 3rd now. Shu and Pretorius, of course, is just behind as well. Pretorius probably has to pit again, so him being caught behind here is particularly bad news for him. So Danico and Push as well, close to each other on track, but this 3-car battle here for 3rd, 4th and 5th. The Slash LP, I guess he went straight across the chicane, gets himself 10 seconds for it.
Yeah, he heard me talking about how clean the racing was, and then I thought, no. Now he's going to kill himself. And he fails at it, hilariously. He's still alive!
So Shu on the back of
he
Bailey
just
Thompson.
hit the wall, front on, at 200 or 300 miles, and he is alive!
Oh dear.
Are we running like visual only damage, or what's going on?
Something happened behind
No,
tracks.
What is that?
Somebody's probably running in the bow.
Why did that start? My goodness. Sorry everyone. You got about 5 seconds of Ash's commentary there. Don't exactly know why, but
Who's commentary?
so the cricket that's happening at the moment, England against Australia. I had a web page open in the background that decided to start playing audio for some reason, so yeah, that was good. So I hope you enjoyed that.
I'll have a listen and stream. I must know.
Slash has finally DNF, by the way. He must have successfully killed himself somehow. As Icewind also retires from the session. Don't know why. I'm going to try and see. Sector 3 it is. Has he binned it somewhere, or did he just retire?
Who binned it? Icewind?
Icewind, yeah.
I suppose he just retired. Yeah, they heard us feature.
Oh yeah, there we go. Icewind off the track. On the left-hand side, we're going to get to see a little bit of our leader, but not too much of our leader, because there's still this fantastic scrap happening behind. As Shu almost runs into the back of Bailey Thompson there.
All running very close, so the problem is going to be, for Pretorius at least, that he has to pit. And he's not getting anywhere here, he is getting rather held up. He's not, I would say, notably quicker than the others, so his strategy in the end didn't go too well after he had a very great race last time out in Baku, where he was almost victorious, and he edged out Speedy and just lost out to Nick Gollis. As Bailey Thompson could see his car wiggling a bit there, so stability-wise not everything going to plan for the Mercedes as well.
Yeah, Shu was managing to stay with Bailey, even though Bailey has considerably newer tyres on that Mercedes, and of course Pretorius is staying with the pair of them on those mediums. Up front, I think this race is done, honestly. Jensen and Speedy. Jensen now has a pit stop over Bailey, so he's going to be able to pit and then come out roughly where Bailey Thompson is, but of course on much better tyres.
Yeah, Jess is putting on a masterclass right now, and I was hilariously wrong with my statement about how it's going to be exciting in the end. He's just driving at another level, honestly.
No, the strategy doesn't particularly matter when you're as fast as Jensen is around here. Certainly the class of the field today, and he's going to win this race at a canter by the looks of it. As Pretorius almost loses the back end out of the last corner. That was That was certainly a code brown moment for Pretorius. He almost threw away his 5th position there.
And that's also kind of, oh shoot, so close to Bailey. That's also kind of the curse of the medium tires. Everyone here in that is, never mind, but he's running on 11 lap old mediums, and if you compare them to the 10 lap old hards of Shu, of course, they will have had suffered a lot more degradation. And I think now that's setting in, so Pretorius getting a drawing on exits might be related to his tire wear, and that is the problem with the strategy as well, apart from the fact that he'll have to pit again, and he won't like that because he'll come out in P8.
Oh, Bailey having to defend here. Here's Shu around the outside.
Will he pull it off? It goes very deep at switchback. Oh no! Tries a switchback move, but Shu just plain runs into the rear of Bailey because Bailey's having none of it and is not giving him space, and he wasn't obliged to.
Yeah, so no, the switchback doesn't work if the car in front holds the apex, and the car in front did hold the apex. So nicely done from Bailey. Meanwhile, Shu now might have to defend here against Pretorius. Pretorius has got a lot of battery, and Shu side by side here, has a look up the inside.
Oh! Very late braking by Shu, and he goes almost off track. He holds it miraculously though, but the position is gone.
Yeah, well I think what happened there was that Shu almost ran into the back of Bailey and had to get right out of it. Shu up the inside though.
He looked down the inside
no!
Contact. Shu is off.
And into the wall.
Front wing is off.
Shu just being a little bit too hypey there into turn 4.
Danico just barely avoids him.
Yeah.
That gave me a scan. I was not driving it.
But yeah, Shu just sending one on the inside of Pretorius. It was a very late lunge and not able to make it stick, and he suffers as a consequence. So he's going to have to make his way around to the pit lane, and he's going to have to put some fresh tyres on and get his front wing changed as Jensen pits from the lead to put what I assume is going to be another set of medium tyres on. They're going to be used mediums though, so he used a set of course in the qualifying session.
OceanChief, by the way, running in P10, and we've got a Northern Irish battle at our hands between OceanChief and Tipsy.
Yeah, and Dead Pixel as well is just in front of the two of them, so...
Oh! Yeah, the Irish Cup unfolds, and
yeah,
the winner's going to be the guy who finishes in P9. And Popo's just made a pass on Danny Kosnick on the main straight. I guess some overspeed and a good run was involved there. I didn't see it though. Pretorius with a penalty, and Jensen after a pit stop being 4 seconds behind Speedy. Speedy has got a penalty, so it's actually even less.
Yeah, and certainly is.
Oh wait, Speedy is on medium, so
he has to pit again.
Yeah, and Shu now in the pits, so that promotes the Pixel to P8, OceanChief, Tipsy, accordingly. Shu will go on a late hunt now. He's got, I would say, like...
Oh, Ocean's going to get Dead Pixel here down the inside. That was very nicely done. He did the switch back in turn 3. So Ocean up to P8 as they go into turn 4.
But Dead Pixel hangs it around the outside. He does not give up. Goes wide here though. Can Tipsy... No, okay, he can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying to do a wall of death around the outside of turn 4. It doesn't usually end well.
A wall of death? What?
The wall of death is like... So Martin Brundle says it a lot. And it's one of those things where you have like a vertical wall and you're on... Oh, as Pretorius gets himself 5 seconds. So Pretorius gets himself 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, wall of death is one of those things on a motorbike where you go around a wall that's vertical and the momentum sort of keeps you up. It's kind of cool. You should Google it sometime. It's quite fun.
Okay, yeah, I only know wall of death as like in a concert where you split the crowd into two, and then and then you build up, and at the breakdown of the music, they just run at each other. I was in one once, and miraculously I survived.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Although less fun than the motorbike wall of death.
I guess.
Pixel
on the inside and kind of rests Ocean off a little.
Yeah. Don't know about that from
Chris
Pixel.
a very bad run. Tipsy gets the momentum going, but not enough. Maybe the setup is also playing into, or like, going against him. It's just like the McLarens. The Haas have not given Tipsy a setup. Unfortunate. I wonder how. You can just see how he is. He's driving that not quite race line where he's always having a look, just peeking into the corner and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jensen's that's a very quick lap, so that's the bonus point secured, I would imagine. And Pixel with a penalty through turn 9.
Danico and Popo very close to each other. Danico with DRS. I wonder if he is close enough to be having a look into turn 1. He is using all of his battery here, so he might have a little bit of a lunge, but no, too far back. Decides not to. So
how much is Speedy gaining on the hard runners ahead of him?
I haven't looked, but I would assume a lot. I would assume it's way more than he needs. I would think that probably he's going to be... He might even be interested in P2 here with Bailey Thompson, who is 10 seconds or so up the road. There are 11 laps to go. I would think he'll probably gain more than a second a lap.
And OceanChief and Pixel side by side apparently, yeah, side by side through turns 1 and 2. And this time OceanChief got the better of it. Pixel still holding it in. Tipsy, he was getting interested in that, but then he got a snap of oversteer, and that is his chance gone again. What will be very entertaining, I suppose, will be Shu, who is running in P11, and he will want some points, and he's coming up to this Irish battle group.
Yep, that will be fun when he gets there.
He'll try to crash the party, and hopefully not in the literal sense. And
so, yeah,
I imagine with his fresh medium tires he'll be able to drive circles around them. Sorry, go.
I didn't say about Ocean, but then I got interrupted by Danico, who has passed Popo into turn 1 with 10 laps to go. Speedy's right on the back of them now, so Speedy's going to have to make his way through these two as quickly as he can. And yeah, you're right, Shu is going to be on the back of those guys very soon. We'll try and keep across both of these battles at the same time. It's not going to be easy. Down the main straight, these 4 go now. Shu not quite in DRS range, but almost, as they all file into turns 1 and 2. And Pixel just compromising his line there just a little bit. Speedy not able to make any headway on these two, and this might be a problem for him because Popo of course will have DRS, so he's not going to get a free overtake on these guys.
He's very much accustomed to this situation from Baku, being the 3rd car in a train of 3, and not getting a pass done because you would first have to pass the car number 2 in the queue, but he's got DRS as well.
Yeah, that might not be good enough. He might not get it done. Popo is not using his DRS. Popo is...
Oh, yeah.
Popo is, I guess, pressed the button twice by mistake. I guess that's what happened there. Didn't see what happened. Shu has made his way past Tipsy. And he's going to have a look here at the inside. You don't want to be doing that. That was what killed you the first time, Shu. Oh, dear.
You're going to learn from it. Went wrong once. Hopefully won't run twice. Go wrong twice, and now he's having...
Oh, these guys are going to be 3 wide. These guys are going to be 3 wide.
Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yeah, that Pixel squeezes himself.
Pixel, there was no space. I am very surprised. I'm very surprised Pixel got away with that. That was... that's absolutely not how you pass 2 cars. You establish position as early as you can.
Yeah.
My goodness. Not quite sure how everyone survived.
OceanChief is probably like 50 years old now after that happened.
Oh, he's only aged a little bit then. Yeah.
Savage.
So this battle a little bit further up here. Speedy has managed to get past Popo. And I think he's going to be able to get past Danny here at some point. So he's going to be able to claim that 3rd position. He doesn't have a lot of speed though. Yeah, not able to use all of his battery. And Danny's staying ahead for the time being as Once again, Ocean and Dead Pixel fighting it out as they go side by side through the right-hander. Tipsy's right in there as well. Pixel at the moment is slightly ahead with, 8 laps to go.
Speedy just passed Aniko into turn 4, by the way. So apparently that happened. But who cares? The Formula 1 point Ireland is also underway. And they are about to get visited by Bertus. And if that happens, then only the victorious driver will get points for the 3 of them. And now Ocean's on the outside of the Red Bull. A little of a lock up for that Pixel. They are side by side now. Bertus with a penalty.
Bertus with 3 seconds.
And one of the Irish drivers got a penalty.
Pixel just about leaves space on the outside there. Ocean trying to hang it around the outside, and he does get a good run there out of turn 4, and Ocean very nicely done on the inside of turn 5, and I think he is going to get that position. And indeed he does, and Tipsy as well.
Oh,
very
Tipsy
opportunistic.
On the inside. That's usually not an overtaking opportunity, but he hangs it round. Oh, he hangs it in.
Not a huge amount of space.
Now Ocean will try and run away.
Yeah.
By the way, Icewind might... Oh, Bertus! And Bertus is now trying to clean this up. He's already caught Tipsy, so that puts Tipsy technically into last position, but also, even more technically, he's running in P9 because all of the 3 drivers ahead of him have got penalties. And he doesn't. He hasn't got a single warning yet. It's a clean drive from Tipsy. Kudos to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He can win the battle for supremacy in Ireland by just waiting it out.
So Bertus is now going to pass Dead Pixel, and that is going to be for a point. Or is he going to pass him? He doesn't seem to have that much straight line speed. Tries to hang it around the outside of turn 1. Bertus on much better tyres. It's a surprise that he wasn't able to get it done the first time, but I think he's going to be able to out-traction him here around the outside of turn 3. He does just about, but still they're side by side, and eventually he's able to take the apex in turn 4.
Oh, Dead Pixel!
Wow.
With a tank slapper there, and I guess Tipsy just saw his life go past before his eyes. Like, that was scary.
Yeah, these guys have been battling pretty seriously.
Yeah, I like how this battle is actually very enjoyable, and it's for P9.
Speedy, by the way, trying to close in on Bailey.
That he'll be successful. Is that closing in just enough?
7 seconds in 6 laps. Yeah, I don't know. Might be close. Bailey's going to be on much worse tyres, so we'll see if Speedy's able to do that. That might be a close finish, though. Bertus now...
Sorry.
I'd say Bertus passing Ocean. Further behind, we've got Dead Pixel and Tipsy, both with DRS. Pixel looks like he's got a bit more straight line speed.
Tipsy not quite alongside, so he has to get out of it. But right now, Tipsy is technically in P10. Which means OceanChief is not in P10.
No, Ocean.
Which means someone will die. I don't quite know who it is going to be, but someone will. Now I'm getting some lag.
No, I think it's Pixel lagging. Yeah, it's Pixel lagging pretty seriously in that Red Bull.
Yeah, you can see the back connection is even his name tag. Oh, powering away.
Yep, through turn 7 they go into turn 9. Tipsy trying to hang on to the back. All on hard tyres, of course. Ocean on very old hard tyres. He started on the soft tyres. And a little bit further up the road, that issue here is this battle, though. Aniko and Popo still together for the last 5 laps or so. They seem to be DRS locked.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. I got some message from Iceland. It happened to him, by the way, and I'm sorry that I'm turning this into a very bad pun, but apparently he was caught by a huge ice wind that brought him a lot of screen freezes, and that
oh dear.
killed his race. He was talking about technical difficulties and screen freezes, so unlucky for him.
Yep, screen freezes are pretty horrible. I can confirm
Straight from
that.
experience.
Yeah,
Some PTSD
absolutely.
there.
Oh, Pixel
Oh,
outbraking
Pixel!
himself in a big way for turn 5. Tipsy.
Oh, little
Oh,
bump. Tipsy yields again. This is not the reckless Tipsy I've seen in last seasons. Not meant as an offense, and I don't mean reckless. I mean more like very decisive and holy hell no! I've got Tipsy in my mirrors. Please let me disappear.
yeah, I think he'll
He'll
know what the
diplomatically
situation is with
be
penalties.
aggressive.
Oh, as Danny Konau and Popo, oh no, they're still very close to each other. Popo has managed to get back ahead again. Missed how that happened. Here's this battle though. Jensen is going to win this race by a long way. He is 13.5 seconds ahead of Bailey Thompson, who is 5.5 now ahead of Speedy, but maybe not enough laps for Speedy to close that gap up.
I don't think he's even getting closer a significant amount. And
Oh,
OceanChief with
Ocean.
another penalty.
Yeah, cut the inside of turn 2 there.
So it will be hard for him to get a point now.
Yeah,
I'm
I
afraid.
think he does need people to die now in front of him. And there's only 3 laps for that to happen as Jensen starts lap 31. It's been an absolutely faultless drive from Jensen. He has not really had to race anyone, only coming back through the field after his pit stop. It's the only real contact he's had with any other cars at all. It's Popo and Danny again into turn 1. Popo with a little bit of a gap. 3 laps to go for these two. Danny still well within range. So this is going to be a fight to the death, I think, on those old hard tyres. Oh, Bertus, what happened to Bertus? Oh, Bertus has spun on the exit.
No,
That was where he lost it before, wasn't it? On the exit of the long right-hander. And Bertus now has it all to do again. He's only got 3 laps to overtake these 3, and he's got a 2-second deficit to make up before he can do that as well.
So does he even have it? He's got 2 penalties, just like OceanChief. So I think Bertus might be out of contention for the point here.
Yeah, maybe.
He'll be in trouble.
So there go Ocean and Dead Pixel. Dead Pixel. What's the penalty situation between these two? How many does Pixel have?
I think Pixel is 1 and Ocean 2.
Okay, so
nothing has changed.
and Tipsy doesn't have any, right?
Yes, he has 1 warning.
So yeah, Tipsy's actually ahead of these two. And as it stands at the moment, Ocean is not getting a point because he's going to fall behind both Pixel and Tipsy, and Bertus obviously is a very angry boy in that Williams. He's going to be trying to catch these two. As again, we check in.
Run out of time though. He's got 2 and a third of a lap to go.
Yep, no he does. So, as Pixel almost hits the back of OceanChief there into the tight chicane, and now he's all over the back of him. Yep, he's going to be passed. No question about that.
Now. And he goes to the outside. That was it looks like he changed his opinion, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 times in that second.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he particularly did that. He was always going to get past before the corner. Just don't hit the back of him, and you'll be all right. But Pixel taking a bit of a risk there. He did manage to get past though. And he'll be thinking now if he can pull 3 seconds on Tipsy, he might be in with a shout of getting Tipsy by the end of the race. Daniko not close enough, starting the last lap now, these two. Popo and Danny for 4th. As far as we know, this is a real battle. Not sure if either of these two have penalties. I haven't seen any though. Danny into turn 4. Yeah, Speedy has unfortunately run out of laps, so he's going to get 3rd place. A very good performance from Bailey Thompson on the 1 stop. It's going to get him a very well-earned 2nd place.
Yes, it is.
Danny's not close enough here. Now needs a mistake from Popo as Tipsy and Ocean battling it out. Tipsy passing down the main straight. Ocean in the slipstream. Oh, did he hit the back of him? Yeah, he did hit the back of him.
And Jensen comes across the line.
Oh, Jensen winning the race.
Seconds.
Yeah.
And that's an outstanding flawless drive.
Yep, a fantastic drive from Jensen. He completely dominated the race. It wasn't at all close. He did what he needed to do.
A reserve driver, Mercedes 1-2.
Yep, absolutely. So Jensen and Bailey Thompson. Speaking of Mercedes drivers, by the way, it's worth mentioning that this is the first SLR race that Jesse has missed at all. So
really?
Since SLR started, yep, this is the first race that he has missed. So a Mercedes 1-2 in his absence as Tipsy.
As Burtis will try one on Ocean, and it's actually for positions because both have 6 seconds of penalties. Who will be P11?
Burtis again.
Who'll get the golden poop trophy?
Just getting pushed out there. And yeah, no points on offer for these two, but certainly pride. Ocean is ahead at the moment. Burtis needs something pretty special between now and the run to the line. He's not going to get it. They're going to be side by side, but Ocean is going to get it.
Yeah.
And Burtis, it is, who finishes 12th. Ocean finishes 11th. No point for Ocean today, but a very good drive nonetheless. And those are the guys at the front. Mercedes 1-2, as Thimo mentioned. Jensen winning from Bailey Thompson. A really, really impressive performance from Jensen, winning by more than 15 seconds.
As always, this almost gives me some flashbacks to when Sergio used to drive for Mercedes.
Yep.
And speaking of which, I think he fixed this game now, so...
Oh, is Sergio's going to be back? That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I've announced it like 3 times now, but it has never happened, and I don't know. Just, it should happen. So, these are your final results, and oh wow, I didn't even think about it being close between Speedy and Popo, but it was. It's less than a second.
Wow, yeah, it was, because Speedy had 3 seconds. I didn't realise either. But Speedy managing to keep that podium.
Yeah, Popo almost getting a podium there, which is great.
Yep,
and
good drive from
going
him.
on to driver of the day, I would say my pick would have been said Popo Gamer, because like his quali was I mean, it existed, but in a very clean race that didn't really have too many scraps that weren't for P9. I think he was involved in the best battle up the order, and he came out on top, and he did it from P13, made the right strategy call, and finished out of Danico, his closest rival there. So I would like to give it to Popo.
Okay, I was going to suggest Jensen. I thought he drove extremely well and dominated the race from the front, and also we sort of owed him one for China, where he, well,
right,
maybe could have been. Yeah, he didn't get it in China. So I kind of...
Who did get it at China?
I think we gave it to Kirst, didn't we, for
right,
a 5th or 6th place finish or something, which was much better than he'd done before.
Yeah, I think that's fair then. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Let's go for Jensen then.
Sorry, Popo. So we're going to give it to Jensen.
Yep.
Who? Oh, Popo didn't use a setup. But yeah. And Popo apparently broke his brake pedal, which is
Verstappen style.
Yeah, Verstappen style. But yeah, I think we're gonna give driver of the day to Jensen. Sorry, Popo, for a fantastic drive. And yeah, well, let's get Jensen signed up to a full-time drive, shall we? That's
yeah, we should really.
Could happen at some point. I'll mention again that we are recruiting in SLR Tier 1 at the moment, so if you are a fast driver who, or even if you're not that fast a driver who runs without assists, then make yourself known to Ocean if you're interested in a full-time drive. Saturdays at, what time is it? 18:30 Central European Time is when we do these races. So do do sign up if you're interested. But otherwise, that's probably going to do it for this Tier 1 broadcast. I'm going to get ready for the Silverstone Enduro, which is going to be hilarious because I've done 20 minutes of practice.
Yeah. Which is also hilarious, is that you're going to stay on this Discord. Apart from that,
Yeah, we
sign
will.
up for Bathurst, so it will be fun. But no Stream Marino, so.
Okay, yeah. If you missed Thimo dying, or more specifically
I
Jeremy
didn't
dying
die.
on the mountain of Bathurst,
I
and,
just crashed I just got crashed in lap 1 and had a damaged car from then on. That was something completely different. It was not my fault at all.
Yeah, Jeremy wasn't quite so lucky. He yeeted the wall in a very big way on the mountain, and that was the end of their race. But I think that'll do it for the broadcast. Thank you everyone for watching. We have 2 SRL tomorrow, of course. I'm going to say same time. It's not the same time anymore, is it? It's at 20 GMT, 20 Central European, 19 GMT. So join us for that one. And aside from that, let's ask Thimo whether he's got any final thoughts. Do you have any final thoughts, Thimo?
Anyway, have a good evening.
Have a good evening, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.